All right. One thing I wanted to point out during a recent print, um, with the same slicer numbers, everything's the same. The only difference is there are two separate printers. One's just a standard Ender 3, and the other one is a standard Ender 3 Pro. They're exactly the same, and I printed two of the same things with the same filament on each of the printers. On one of the printers, it went perfect. It went great, no problem, as it always has. On the Pro, on the other printer, it had stringing, it had like lines, there was like, what the hell is going on? And so basically, I thought, well, I'm going to have to check it over because of the same printer, same numbers, just a different result. So the first thing I did was check the nozzle. So I took the nozzle out. This is one of the nozzles, the used one. This is a brand new one. Now I don't know if you can see here the difference in the hole size, but earlier I printed filament that was photo. Okay, it was glow in the dark, and I think that's what wore out the nozzle itself. This was terrible. So basically, you can see here a 0.4 millimeter nozzle. This one has a 0.4 millimeter hole. Let's see if we could get this in here without any problem. Okay, and you can see you could barely push it through. All right, so this means it's a 0.4 millimeter nozzle. Okay, so that's the right size. But when I pushed through the one that was on the printer, man, it literally fell through the hole. So right there, as you can see, it wiggles around. The hole is huge. So that's one of the reasons that it probably had excess stringing and lines and everything else, is the nozzle was definitely way too big. So it was putting out way too much filament. It didn't matter what slicer numbers I had. This would ruin everything. So basically, first thing to do is if you have a lot of excess stringing in your prints or lines, the first thing to do is check the nozzle. I mean, it's cheap. They come in a bag of maybe 20 or whatever. But change the nozzle. This is a 0.4 millimeter nozzle. But the difference is night and day. I mean, it's amazing how the filament, you know, and again, I don't know if you can see the hole size here, but this is tiny compared to the nozzle size over there. All right. So anyway, that's my my advice is change the nozzle if you got a lot of stringing, and it maybe never happened before, but it's time to change it if you have these issues. All right, happy printing.